What up?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to our new home.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful. We're really lucky to live in California, but we also live in a tent. We've been homeless for about a month, going on a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And today, I'm really sick. Yesterday, I got sick so many times, and I had a headache so bad that I slept in some rocks for 3 hours. And then I came home and I in my tent and I slept for all night. And my tummy, it feels like some things are rupturing in there. Yeah.
Sorry, honey. I would say this has definitely been the hardest thing about being homeless is when you get sick and you don't feel well. When you're feeling okay, it's kind of just like a vacation.
Camping.
It's easy to kind of not think about the situation you're really in. But when you start to get sick, it's kind of like you can't go home and you can't
Have a toilet
have a toilet, yeah,
for your diarrhea,
or a sink,
for your vomit,
or a shower.
for your hands to wash off all the poo.
So if anyone has any suggestions on how they did that, we usually just sneak into a campsite and use their shower, but
Or I made a new best friend. And she has been more helpful to us in the last month than either of our parents have been
combined.
in our whole adult lives.
True.
She's bought us food multiple times without us asking.
Yeah.
She has had us over to her nice, cool home and cooked us dinner. And we love her. She's one of the coolest humans I've ever met. I don't want to say her name, just in case she doesn't want to be on my channel yet, but she's like an angel, and she's really cool and educated and beautiful.
Just like you.
Ah. That's why we make the best of friends. I'm sad. I had to call out of work because I'm so sick, and now I won't get to eat anything today.
We'll figure something out.
I learned on TikTok that if you eat less than 1,400 calories, your organs are being damaged.
This is definitely happening to both of us.
And our dog keeps throwing up too, because she's sick.
Yeah, it might be the water or something that we've been drinking. I'm not really sure. But
I got some Gatorade. That's been better. At least when I throw it up, it tastes good. Whoa, a flying ant. That's another worst part of being homeless. All these bugs are in my house. Look at all those bugs that are in.
I know. We're gonna pack up soon though, I think. Well, we can stay here for a while.
I'm sad. I'm homeless because of the pandemic. And this one man said we could have a home. And then he keeps finding problems that aren't problems.
Yeah.
And we have to
really
prove
crazy
to him that's actually not true.
Like, I had a misdemeanor like 6.5 years ago for a marijuana-related crime, and since it's been legalized, it's no longer law, the one that they got me for, and so it was classified as a violation now, which is the same as a parking ticket or anything like that. It's very insignificant, and I've had no problem getting places in the past 6 years because of it. But now they're saying like, oh, you have to show us that you're not a felon and that this isn't a misdemeanor. I'm like, it says right on the document it's a violation. And they're like, no, I don't think we believe you. And so I had to call district office to explain to them. And they're like, are you sure? We need this information. And I'm like, there is no information. It is not a law anymore. It's a violation. And it's about to expire in half a year anyway and be completely off my record. But it doesn't even matter because no one has ever flagged me for this. Because it's not a law.
Even when it was.
Yeah,
you were
even when it
applying
was.
for places.
And I've never gotten...
It's only a misdemeanor. People are allowed to live places with a misdemeanor.
And it's not even a misdemeanor anymore.
And he had done nothing wrong. He had to take the fall for
somebody else's stuff. I wasn't
lollipop.
like driving under the influence or anything like that. Like,
so they had to get the court documents and prove. And then the owner of the apartments, he didn't even call to tell us that it wasn't approved. So
yeah,
we
because
were just
he didn't
waiting.
try hard enough.
So we keep going and calling and going and seeing him. But because the office is closed half the time because of pandemic, we waste half of our gas just to go see him. And then my friend who I work with said he let someone else move in.
Yeah, after telling us that we were like first in line for a place.
And I think he's being transphobic.
It kind of seems like it because when I called the office, they kept calling me Miss, even though I said my name multiple times. And they know... Like, I have to put my legal name on documents, which sucks, but I always put Liam, like, on the papers as well, so they know not to call me that, and it still happens all the time, and I get Miss and shit like that. So
even
it's
though
just
he
super
has a man
frustrating.
voice.
You would think. But people see a name and they put a face to the name instead of trying to find out who the person is first.
And I'm really sad. I won't be able to see my babies today at work. They were such good angels yesterday. But I don't feel so good today.
The sun is starting to hit our tent, which means it's about 8:30 a.m.
We have learned that because we live in the nature now.
Mm-hmm.
And
which means it's going to start getting very hot where we're sitting.
what I want to tell everyone, this is not a pity party. This is we're still here and we're still alive, and there's plenty of reasons why we shouldn't be positive or happy or keep working hard. But I have a job so that we can try and get this apartment, and it's kind of hard because the longer we don't, the longer Liam can't work because we have a dog. Where would our doggy go?
And she's not just like a little lap dog you can take anywhere. She's a full-grown pit bull that people are terrified of.
And she's protective of me, so...
In the car.
When we leave her alone or I'm not around, she's very agitated, so when I'm at work, there wouldn't be no way that she could go into a doggy daycare because she doesn't know where I am.
Yeah, and she would not be happy with the people there or being put in a cage. Like, she's very attached and...
Well, she's our daughter. We wouldn't leave our daughter in a cage.
Yeah.
In the 98-degree weather.
Yeah, that's just seems like abuse.
It's just been hard to be homeless and when it's this hot, but it's definitely better than cold.
I think another point you really wanted to make from making this is just the systematic problems of, like...
Yeah.
Trying to help people who actually need it. Everything, I've looked up so many options on how to make money, how to get out of this situation, how to find a loan, get food, and it's just like the resources are only available to the people that already have the privilege to have an address, to have jobs. Like, there's no support system, no safety nets for people who are homeless, for people who physically can't work.
If you know one, especially in California, Northern, please comment or send it to us because we're really struggling. And I'm working my whole butt off. I work every single day. And it can be really hard because we don't have a fridge or a bathroom or anything. You can't even use a bathroom in public places without buying something. So my money just goes down the drain.
Yeah. And so I think really, I think what everyone needs to keep in mind is that don't further oppress people who are already in situations like this, because a lot of the time, like, we're already struggling.
It's of no fault of our own.
And we're really trying to reach out to those resources that are supposed to be available to people like us. And the truth of the matter is that people just don't want to help you if you don't already have yourself taken care of. There's literally no options to get out of a scenario like this without family support. And that's something that neither one of us has.
I don't talk to my family because they abused me. And we have been asking his family for help, and
They've just been denying. Like,
even though they have a home, they can't even spare some money for food.
No, we asked for money one time, and they took it immediately back the
From
second
my paycheck.
that she got paid, making it harder to last until the next paycheck.
2 weeks. I didn't have enough. My new friend, she gave us a money loan. And I asked for just a little, just for some food, and she doubled it. And that's the only way we've been actually able to get to work, or else we would not have had gas. Maybe we will work on helping the homeless. But I can't even go to a shelter. They're all closed down because of the pandemic.
Yeah, everything's closed. I've looked up options for getting food, and they're mostly like only obtainable through options that are not available because of the pandemic.
And my friend did have a connection that tried to get us some food, but all the food that they give out is canned and has to be cooked, as well as rice and beans that have to be cooked, and we don't have a kitchen. And we also don't have access to any public places to charge our phones.
Yeah, no libraries, no coffee shops are open right now. You can't loiter anywhere because of the pandemic. You're just supposed to
stay in your own home.
Stay in your home. So
I really don't want anyone to think we were dumb for moving.
We didn't have an option.
We couldn't afford to live the place we were living anymore. And his hours went down, and my unemployment stopped because I'm an educator. Even though pandemic unemployment is supposed to go until July 29th. Pandemic unemployment. And that's obviously why I'm unemployed. Yeah. I'm actually employed, but that's why I was unemployed.
Yeah, so she had to get another job, and there was no jobs hiring. And we decided that if we were going to live on the street, we didn't want to be living on a street in a place where it would be raining constantly and in a city where it would be busy. So we came out
to rural Northern California.
Yeah, to the middle of nowhere, so that when we do have to pitch a tent, we're not bothered by other people. And so that she can work and still be able to, I don't know, not be completely miserable.
Liam is the one that probably we're not taking care of enough, guys, because I have work, and at work they give me free food because I work with children. But Liam has to stay home all day with no entertainment, no other friends, no talking, no food, no shelter. It's really sad. It makes my heart break. But we have each other, and we're trying so hard. I just can't believe that, our families have let this happen when all we've done for the past 2 or 3 years is go to school. I have my master's.
I got my associates after getting multiple brain injuries.
And I mean, I didn't get paid for 2 years of a master's degree. I had to just work with no pay, and it wasn't it this world is fucked. This world is absolutely fucked. And I understand why people hurt themselves, and I understand why people can't live life here anymore. But
Just, yeah, when you start judging people, just take a step back and look at the system, because we're all victims. And by putting other people down because of the situations that has led them there, it's not going to help anyone in the long run. It's only going to harm yourself and others around you. We still try and advocate as much as we can for others, but as of now, we're just kind of trying to keep ourselves alive.
that's where we've been. I wanted to make videos 100 times, but I feel like I'm gonna ball through them all, and I don't want people to see me that way. But, you know, the strongest people can be brought down in an instant. So family and friends, they really matter.
Just look out for your loved ones, and if you say you love someone, mean it. Don't just throw that word around or throw the word support around, because you don't get to decide what support is for others. You don't get to make that decision that you're supporting someone when it's not true.
When they're going hungry, just the word, I support y'all,
Isn't gonna help. It's never gonna help.
I'm not asking for people to fork their money over, but
No.
a text every morning like, I'm so
Thinking
sorry
of
that
you.
we can't afford it. How are you doing? Can I look up a shelter for you? Can I look
Do
up
you need any
a
help?
food bank? Because, you know, I don't work. I'm retired. I have a home. I have air conditioning. I can do all those things inside my home for you.
I have plugs.
Plugs. I miss outlets.
Like, I don't know. The computer's gonna die as we're talking, and it's like our options are go to the laundromat and
Which
charge it.
we got
where
kicked out
we
of.
got kicked out of because we go there pretty much every day, because there's no other option. Because like we said, no library is open, no coffee shop, no indoor facility with plugs is available to us. And I know that sounds kind of ableist that we even have electricity, but
Well, it's a necessity.
it's a necessity
in this world.
That's the only way I'm like making a little bit of money right
He's working
now.
online, but if none
But
of our
everything dies,
electronics,
like I can't.
no one's given us the chance to charge them fully. Even when we go to our friend's house, they've been so dead that when we plug them in for the entire night that we've been there, they don't charge fully. And because we don't use them and charge them consistently, if they do charge fully and we start using it, it drains the battery so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I've never experienced anything like this. I never thought I would be here.
I've been here a few times, but I was hoping I wouldn't have to come back, and it's just really sad, the society we live in that really just cares nothing about the people that live in it but the money that it makes.
And we're not blaming anyone. I know everyone's going through this.
Definitely. And of course people have it worse than us. We're so thankful to even have each other. But if anyone was ever curious what we've been up to,
This is it.
this is it.
I'm just hoping by the end of the summer we can get into a house or an apartment. I think we should try the place across the street now that we're low income.
Yeah.
Anyway, love you guys.
We love you, and we hope everyone else out there is doing okay through this. Staying healthy and not taking the people in your life for granted, because you never know when they might be gone.
Bye, guys.
Peace.